Now, if you looked at our page before, it looked like a really, really old web page, right? And it's still going to, even after what we're going to do next. But it'll look like a slightly better formatted web page. Okay, so what we're going to do is just add a couple of things just to make it look a little bit better. So first thing I'm going to do is I have this kind of top section here that I want to be almost separated from the rest, like Cone, the man, the myth, the legend, and then it's like the body. So to help separate it, I'm going to put in what's called a horizontal rule. And basically, it's just a line that's going to go across it. So the tag for that, it's an open element, is just this HR space / this. And that's just going to literally draw a line across it. Okay. The next thing I want to do is just go ahead and help separate each one of these sections. So you see I have like an H2, right? So like this is the first title and the first paragraph, then the second title and the second paragraph, then the third title, and then the rest of it, right? So I'm thinking it would be good to maybe add a break in between all of these things, okay? So, and what that's going to do by adding a break is it's like hitting enter. It's going to put a space between these, okay? So I don't need to do it for the horizontal rule. I mean, I could put one here too. I'm just going to leave that alone. So after the first in the beginning, then the P here, after that one, I'm just going to enter, and then I'm just going to do BR space / like this. Okay, so it should look just like that. And I'm just going to grab that and hit Control C or Command C like cat. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the rest of them. So then after this P, I'm just going to enter, Control V. So after this next section gets one, and then there's another section here, Control V, right? So the next is future. Oops, actually, that shouldn't go there. Control X. I want to put it after the H4. Control V. Okay. And then things he dislikes will be on the end. Okay, so now we add a little bit more of a break, and we add this horizontal rule. So that's all great. That makes me feel a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and add some things just to make things kind of stick out. Okay? So what I want to do is I just want to make things strong. Basically, what's going to do by default is it's going to make certain elements bold or not bold. But what it means semantically is it's telling the web page that like this piece of text is like important. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to the primitive shape. So inside of here, right on primitive shape, you're going to go like this, and you're going to write strong like that. Now, it's automatically going to create the closing tag for you, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. So it's just strong, and then it'll say primitive shape, and then before the period, I'm just going to go ahead and go like this, and then when I hit the /, it'll automatically close the rest of it. So you end up with strong, and then over here, you get the / and strong. And what that's going to do is it's going to take primitive shape and say that this word should be presented as strong. And by default, that means bold, okay? Now you'll notice that's right inside of this P element, okay? Now there are things called block level and inline. So block level elements means that every time you write an element like this cone or this P or even the HR or the H2, this P, all the ones we've done so far, every time you write one of them, it starts on a new line. I mean, like after I write the end of this P, when I do the H2 here, it's automatically going to go on the next line over. It doesn't go from P and then just keep writing. This one, this strong here, this is what we call an inline element, which means it'll write the man, the myth, the blah, 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 but it won't change. This won't start on a new line, okay? So that's called an inline element, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put strong also on none. So right here where it says he has none, I'm going to put strong here as well. This time, to put it on the other side, I'm going to highlight the closing, and then if you middle click and drag, you'll see this little, I don't know if you can see it, this little like cursor line, and I'm going to drag it to here, and when I let go, it's automatically going to pop up there. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't really matter. Just go ahead and type it up or delete it or copy and paste it, however you want to do it. I'm just showing you another way of working. Okay, so that's good for strong. The next thing I want to do is emphasize, okay? And basically that means emphasize the text that's within the two tags, right, that we're marking up. So just like there's strong, there's another one for emphasis, okay? So what we're going to do is up here where it says his future, he wants to make the best courses ever, create more short films, and be more fit. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put some emphasis on these. So it's just going to be the same way. So before courses in there, I'm just going to do EM. This one's a little bit easier. And then you'll see the closing EM. And I'm just going to put that. So courses ever, there's one. And then we'll put one, not create, we want to put on short films, EM. Put that there. So we got the opening and closing. So that basically these wrap around short films. And then more fit was the last one. And then EM. And again, I could just do it like this and go ahead and just do film / and it will finish it. So that wraps around more fit. Okay. Now, that is good. So we've now added some breaks. We added a horizontal rule. We said something should be strong, which will show up bold. We said something should have emphasis. Emphasis by default, I didn't mention it earlier, will be italicized, meaning it'll be slanted. It'll kind of make it tilted, okay? So you'll notice that even in the slideshow, I use that, okay? So let's go ahead and save that. Just hit Control-S, and when you're done with that, we can go to the next slide. And in the next slide, we will just make sure it looks good.